At some point during the first generation of the Volkswagen Golf, the Volkswagen engineers began to toy with the idea of an electric Golf, even during the years when the oil companies forcibly silenced any attempt at an electric car. The brands were still in a mood for curiosity. At first glance, the electric Golf Mark I concept from 1976 looked like any other Golf hatchback, but instead of a four-cylinder gas engine, it featured a 27 horsepower electric motor and a 4-speed manual gearbox. The car's range was roughly 31 miles. Charging the 16.6-volt lead-acid batteries via a 220-watt connection took about 6 hours, and the battery pack was so big it required taking out the Golf's rear seats. Volkswagen engineers would regularly drive the model in normal traffic conditions to collect information that helped improve batteries in future models. In 1981, based on their experience with the first electric Golf, Volkswagen worked with a German utility company to further develop the concept. A total of around 25 prototype vehicles were built, known as the Golf's CityStromer. They were part of a small-scale production run. The CityStromer is considered one of the first electric vehicles suitable for everyday use, with room for 4 people. Its range was around 37 miles, and it could travel about 62 miles a day with time for recharging. In 1985, the Golf Mark II CityStromer was the first electric vehicle built by Volkswagen for series production and eventual sale to the public in Germany. While the range of the Golf Mark II CityStromer was down slightly to 31 miles 80 kilometers from its predecessor, it offered the innovation of gel electrolyte batteries carrying 11.4 kW of energy, cutting enough weight to allow a top speed of 62 miles per hour, 100 km per hour, with its 31 horsepower, 18.5 kW electric motor. The 70 CityStromers built were mainly used for customer service by power utilities. Many of the early EV prototypes were designed around the limitations of older battery technology. The Jetta CityStromer concept was an early experiment with newer technologies using sodium-sulfur chemistry instead of traditional lead-acid batteries. Originally, the CityStromer did not offer in any way from the petrol and diesel Jettas any differences, and could be charged from any 220-volt sockets to 80% in about an hour and a half. One of the peculiarities of the model was that it did not have a continuously variable transmission like almost all electric vehicles today, but it had a 4-speed manual gearbox. The battery pack weighed half as much as the prior batteries, giving the Jetta up to 75 miles of range and a top speed of 65 miles per hour, both extraordinary for their time, but the technology proved unsuitable for mass production because it was very expensive. In 1993, when the Golf Mark III was released, Volkswagen revived the CityStromer line once again with the latest available technology. The 16 gel batteries could offer a range up to 55 miles, but now the vehicle could be recharged to about 80% in 1.5 hours on a European power connection. The Mark III CityStromer also offered the ability to recuperate energy through braking, a key component of modern EVs. Over 3 years, 120 of the vehicles were built and sold in Germany. The electric range was about 70-90 kilometers, while the top speed was 62 miles per hour, 100 kilometers per hour. The batteries had a power of 96 volt NIMH components chemistry and 27 horsepower, 17.3 kilowatt. It was a front-wheel drive with a 5-speed manual transmission.